Well, good morning, everybody. Happy birthday. So today is probably one of the most proud days for me in my life. So we are celebrating IFPRI's 40 years. So I have been with IFPRI for 20 years, so half of the IFPRI time I have been spent with it. Now, so it's a birthday for our IFPRI staff, whether it's a former staff or current staff. So I'm so happy to see many of our current staff here. And also our alumni from Boston, Washington, even from other countries, Germany. And without them, IFPRI wouldn't be as productive as today. I also wanted to thank our board. IFPRI's board is the highest governing body for IFPRI. So they set the priorities, strategic direction to make sure that we manage our finance carefully. So we have, with the current board chair here, and also two previous board chairs, Martin Panero, and also Ross Garnett. Ross hired me, I think, for the last 6 years. If there's any credit, it's yours, Ross. If there's any blame or mistake, it's mine. Now, we also wanted to thank our partners. Our partners, particularly country partners, play a huge role in working with us. The Vice President from Malawi, Chinima, is here. The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Chaudhary from Bangladesh, and also my good friend, Geraldine, the Minister of Agriculture from Rwanda. Again, our long-term friend, Atanowe, from Ethiopia. He serves as Chief Economic Advisor to the current Prime Minister. Now, of course, my great friends from China, Jikun Huan and Justin. So this partnership together, so we delivered so many big impacts. Now, obviously, IFPRI has led by great leaders. Joachim von Braun is here. Pierre couldn't come here, as Kim said. Joachim had big shoes for me to fill 6 years ago. My feet continue to grow, but that shoe is still too big for me today. For the last 40 years, our donors, our investors, and our funders obviously contributed to IFPRI's birth and IFPRI's growth. So I just wanted to name a few here. Obviously, USAID, DFID, the Gates Foundation, the Netherlands, and Canada. So it is their contribution that made our work possible. With all these investments, your partnership, and your support, and we have achieved some impact. I just wanted to name a few. Number one is, during the Green Revolution period, there was a myth saying that only big farms benefited from Green Revolution technology. And the IFPRI study demystified that belief. Smallholders indeed benefited from Green Revolution technologies, including CGIAR technologies. That time, we also demonstrated that agriculture growth can also lead to non-agriculture growth. We call it so-called linkages research. So every $1 generated from agriculture can lead to at least another dollar growth from non-agriculture sector. That actually provided strong evidence for many countries to take on agriculture. So without agriculture, the whole economic transformation in Asia will not be possible. Now, one of my favorite topic is public investment. So IFPRI estimated the relative returns of different type of investment on poverty reduction, on agriculture growth. Just give you one example. So our study in India was used by the parliament to argue for more investment in rural roads. Because of that, the agriculture GDP increased by 16 to 80 billion rupee that time. And obviously, the social protection work. Social protection, just for one small study in Ethiopia, that study led to at least $35 million welfare gain in Ethiopia. Then food for education, I think ACTA did that work in Bangladesh. That work led to probably $250 million gain, in addition to better education for children. And obviously, our gender work is very strong. We are the leaders, pioneers in this area. Started probably in the 80s when I joined IFPRI. Lawrence, Agnes begin to look at the intra-house allocation, particularly look at how the resources can be allocated to women, how women can allocate that resources for productive purposes or for children's health or children's education. Then returns to agriculture research. So how much is the return? How do you compare the returns from agriculture research to the returns to its education, to rural infrastructure? So that data set provided strong evidence for many countries to argue for more investment in agriculture research. We are not only a Washington-based institute, we are physically in 9 countries. I'm so glad that some of our country leaders are here, Akhtar, Kevin Chen, and beyond. 1/3 of our senior staff are in these countries. We also have 3 regional offices, one in Addis Ababa, one in Dakar, Senegal. The whole program is led by Osman Badian. In India, we have an office there to cover the whole South Asia, led by P.K. Joshi. And some of the biggest impact come from our support to some of the regional-driven, regional-owned program like CADA. So from the very beginning, IFPRI provided intellectual data research support for that African-led program. Because of our work, the investment in agriculture has increased from 4% around 10 years ago to 6% today, although it's still 4% away from the 10% target. That's 10% budget allocation to support agriculture. Agriculture growth has increased from probably 2% to 4%. I know it's very difficult to estimate the impact of policy research, but nevertheless, we tried. Just for a small handful projects, programs, IFPRI already led to more than $1 billion in return. Just handfuls, small set of projects. And for the last 40 years, our total investment is about $1 billion. So it's just 4 or 5 projects. They have already covered total IFPRI's cost. Now, obviously, today is not just a time to look back. I think it's more important to look forward. I'm really look forward for the next 40 years. So you are here. I'm really looking forward to your effort in reshaping IFPRI's strategy, IFPRI's focus, IFPRI's priorities for the next 40 years, or maybe even next 60 years. So we can celebrate our 100 years anniversary. I hope somebody at NIST can do that in that time. I do see some of the young participants over here. So once again, thank you very much. Happy 40s.